This weather is crazy. And also, we got this guy today, so that should make today's video that little bit easier. So whilst I'm looking at this, I just want to say thank you so much for all the positive comments and for sticking around. Now in regards to this, honestly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. This is a bit of a struggle as it is, but I'm just gonna fight through it. But yeah, you guys have been absolutely amazing, and do you know what? It always gets to me every time that we have this little break and I come back to do stuff again, because I always see really familiar names and faces pop back up again after, 2 months of not being around. And what it is it makes me feel really bad inside, because as much as I love the fact that you guys are sticking around, I feel so bad that I'm making you wait around. This is gonna sound a little bit dramatic, but the reality is this. You guys have pretty much built me a platform for me to be able to achieve what it is that I want to do. Now, without you guys on this website, I'm pretty much doing what I'm doing now, but I'm talking to a wall. Whereas you guys build this little group of people and you all come together and you all get involved and you all join in and you make this a thing. This is the reason why this happens. And so when I see so many of you who've pretty much built me this platform to help me fulfill my dreams, coming back after 2 months like, oh, I'm glad you're back, no worries, I feel terrible. I honestly feel a little bit in debt, if I'm honest, and every time I just feel like I'm making it worse and worse and worse. And sure, maybe I should just stop doing it, but yeah. The long and short of it is that I do really appreciate the fact that you've built this. For me to be able to do what I want to be able to do and continue doing this, it wouldn't be the same without it. So despite my stupidly long list of things to do today, I've managed to find a way to not do it and create this, which I was going to give you a little preview of, and then I realized that this was probably at the beginning of this video, so I guess you don't really need one. But hey, I'm happy with it. According to this guy, it's only 3 degrees, but it feels like -3. It just feels so cold today. I don't know what it is. I guess it was snowing this morning, so that's probably why. It does look like all of the snow has cleared up, at least 99% of it, so that's a plus, but yeah. So, I am in the middle of loads of work and I've got loads left, but I've had enough. So I decided that today was a really good day to head into the woods. Obviously after this morning's weather, I was wrong. I mentioned earlier about how work's been a lot at the moment. I don't really spend a lot of time doing nothing. You have to forgive me throughout this whole thing. I'm probably going to fall over, so yeah. So I've decided to take a little time to myself and come to this woods. It's quite far away from my house, from where I live now. But it's very close to where I used to live when I was younger. There's actually a bridge just over there, which probably you would have seen in the sort of in-between parts. We'll go have a look at it in a minute. But we used to come here all the time, me and some friends. This was kind of our place that we'd go to. As soon as we were at the age where we were all driving, it meant we didn't have to stay in the local park anymore, and we could go to places like this, which are a lot more interesting than a park. And so this is where we used to come, pretty much all the time.
And as I mentioned to you earlier, work's been a lot at the moment. There's a lot going on all the time. There's a lot of stuff to do today, and I decided to take a little bit of time just for myself, which isn't something I do often. Everything's always constant. I mentioned to you guys the meeting that we had the other day. It was kind of the beginning of the year, let's be prepared, let's look at last year kind of thing, as you might expect. I'm definitely going to fall over. And a lot of what we spoke about was to do with setting goals and planning ahead and bettering last year. Being the start of the new year, a lot of people are setting goals, resolutions, all that kind of stuff. And that's not something I normally do. But I decided this year, I'll kind of give it a go. And the main thing I need to do is learn to spend my time better. That's always been my downfall. It's starting to rain. This is the bridge, by the way, that I was talking about. It's not a lot, but it's, yeah. It was usually when it was nicer weather, but we used to come down here and sit on here, and you've got this awesome view of the college building up there, which looks more like a castle. Now, when I say spending time better, I'm mostly referring to organisation. But there's a lot that I can be doing which would help. I'm gonna fall over. I'm in some giant puddle. This is not going well. This was not a day to wear flat trainers. In fact, no, this just wasn't a day to come to the woods, was it? Let's be honest. Yeah, aside from being really bad at organising stuff, which is one thing I could definitely do with help on, I feel like having a bit more time where I can just do nothing is a good idea. And the thing is, I've always looked at it like, yeah, but I have to be doing stuff all the time, there's always stuff to do. But if I organise time, if I plan my time, and if I stop procrastinating so much as well, that's something I'm pretty bad at. Yeah, if I start planning my time better, then none of that's a real issue. I have time for things like this, where I can just stand in a field and not care for an hour. I say that, it's like an hour's round trip, but you see where I'm coming from. With that said, one thing is sure, I do want to be in a better place when I end this year. And that wasn't something I even considered at the beginning of 2016. I just kind of assumed that, yeah, if I want it, I'll go get it, I'll work hard and it will happen, and yeah, I'm already on it. But the truth is, well, maybe not so much. I mean, that's a whole deeper subject that we won't get into. But yeah, the real plan this year is to manage my time better, spend time on things I want. I have to watch the floor, I'm sorry, I'm gonna fall over. I'll see you back in the car. Well, I didn't think this through. There is mud everywhere, and I regret everything. But no, it was nice to come back here, really. I'm just being grumpy. But yeah, the plan is to just plan my time, really, and organise things, and that way I can spend time doing things that I wish I had done. If I look back at, if we just take the one aspect of my life, if we take YouTube, for example, if I had planned my time better, I would have found time to go through all the videos that we didn't do, not even just this time, but before and the time before. We were in a really great place last summer, and I kind of threw that away by not making videos for ages. And I just felt like if I planned my time better, I will stop making mistakes like that. So this year, that's really what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to try and plan my time properly, and I'm going to try and find time for things like this. And it's going to be difficult, and there are going to be videos, well, I don't know how this one's going to turn out, but videos like last one where it was, 4 minutes long, and I don't think I did anything. It probably wasn't very entertaining, but if that's what it needs to be, then that's what it needs to be. I can't just, do you know what, forget it for another month because I haven't got time for it. I'll never have time for it if I wait for that. So, I've pretty much just finished editing the video that you're watching now, and I've realised I kind of forgot to finish it. I got home from the day and pretty much fell asleep, so you didn't miss anything. I just kind of like to wrap these things up. So, before I do, two things. The first is a massive thank you to Spencer for your support on Patreon. That's absolutely awesome. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, thank you very much. And secondly, the server is live. So for those of you who'd like to get involved, I won't remember the IP address off the top of my head, but it will be on the screen, in the description, and everywhere else on all the places. So you
shouldn't struggle to find it, hopefully not, if I've done the right thing. But yeah, that video got kind of deep. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. It was, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just get carried away talking and said a lot of things, so there we go. But if you did enjoy this video, then do go ahead, click all the things, and I will see you next time. Yeah.